Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's session of ACVA, courtesy Bangalore Valuers Association. Today's session was actually planned for CEP creditors. That is why this off timing. Many of the members had requested for CEP session. So we have organized the CEP session before 31st March 2023. So whoever participant attends for all the 4 hours and have paid the money, they'll be getting CEP certificates for this session. Yes. So Suhail, we'll start.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Once again, I welcome all of the participants for today's afternoon session. It's an immense one. Vijay, can you please share your screen?
No. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay.
It gives me immense pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Mr.Suhail Bhat. He is a mechanical engineer turned investment professional with 3+ years of experience in the financial services industry and holds experience in venture capital deal sourcing and due diligence, equity research analysis, and business valuations. Over to you, Mr. Suhail. Eager to listen to you.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you all here. And great minds all over. So a bit overwhelmed by the occasion to see all the certifications, the qualifications that you guys have. It's nice to be a part of this group today. And I have like 3+ years of experience, as you said, in the venture capital industry, and would be sharing a bit of my views on the same industry with you guys. Hope you like this, and any questions that you have will be welcomed. So shall we start?
Vijay, you can stop share the screen.
So yeah, I'll share my screen. Just let me know if it's visible.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. So the topic today is investing the venture capital way and how the register valuers should look at performing valuations for such companies. So
actually, Sahil, just 1 second. We are
Sure.
seeing your next slide also onto the right. So maybe you have to change the setting, display setting.
Sure. Just a second.
You want to go to the top display settings down, no? Above, yeah, first line.
First line display settings.
First line of the PPT display settings.
Display settings. I'm not able to.
Show taskbar left side.
Yeah. Okay.
After that, display settings. Immediately beside show taskbar, display settings, one down arrow option is there, no?
There's a toggle bar above it, so I can't change it currently. Wait.
Hello, Shilpa.
Hello.
Hi, Mayur.
There's this toggle bar above it, and I'm not able to access
now
anything
go
to
to
the right of.
Next to the display settings.
I'm not able to view anything on the right. There's a toggle bar above it.
Okay.
That's why. Just a second. Is there another option?
Hide presenter view also you can try once.
Hide presenter view.
सोहेल काम करो ना. Are you using this? तुम्हारा स्क्रीन दूसरा वाला सिलेक्ट करो ना. 2 स्क्रीन रहेगा ना, उसकी वजह से होता रहेगा.
हाँ, बट वो दोनों स्क्रीन पे ना इस टाइम एक ही चीज आ रहा है. वो एक्सटेंडेड व्यू ही है, बट जैसे ही मैं इसको फुल स्क्रीन पे लेके जा रहा हूँ, वो दोनों पे जा रहा है. वेट, मैं दूसरे स्क्रीन पे इसको ट्राई करता हूँ.
Okay.
This is absolutely fine.
Sorry for that. So yeah, let's get started now. So today's topic is investing the venture capital way, like how the analysis and all is done there, and how you registered valuers should look at performing valuation, for the venture capital companies. So yeah. So the contents that we'll be covering today will be how we look out for potential deals, and how the deal flow in a VC world looks like, then how the screening is done, the due diligences are done, then how the analysis is performed, both qualitative, both quantitative, and then finally we'll mix it with how all these are adjusted in valuation so that the story makes sense and it is not like overinflated anywhere or something is missing in the valuation. It should not be a case like that. So we'll discuss it all today. And so before we go ahead, there's a powerful law that runs the VC industry. So you must have heard about the power law of distribution. So in a VC industry, as per the stats, till 2019, there was a research done on 4,000 portfolio companies. Of these 4,000 portfolio companies, just 100 companies or so resulted in a potential cash flow of 100% of the returns that the venture industry generated. So that's dismal 2.5% of the investments that actually returned almost 100% of the money back to the venture capital industry. So keeping in mind that thing, we progress ahead to how we look out for deals, because we have to look for a lot of deals to get the 2.5% right. Otherwise, we'll miss out on that smaller number that we actually get right. So
actually, just here, if I give reference to the Shark Tank, the moment you see a good product or a good promoter, the sharks will be jumping to invest. Sometimes you can see the excitement in the sharks to invest, because they feel that could be the 2.5% which could give them all the deals.
Yes.
Yes,
exactly. And that's exactly what we have seen in the past few years, the valuations being a lot overboarded, because everyone just jumps the gun there and everyone is willing to have a share of that company. So there's a lot of potential and a lot of power in the hands of the founders there when someone finds out potential in those 2.5% of the companies that they want to invest in. So how do we look out for deals? So it's known as deal sourcing. So deals can either be inbound or outbound. So inbound deals, these are random emails, or we meet someone at an event where founders and the partners of VCs, they come to terms with each other, they share their ideas or something. Few of the ideas are like there. And then through the emails, these founders reach us looking for funds. Now, the other way is the outbound deals. So outbound deals are mostly, we use external platforms like PitchBook, Crunchbase. We may even use Google or Forbes or something for this thing. So this is the way the VCs reach out to the founders who we see as potential investments, who we want to be among the 2.5% of the ones that we are looking to find. So most of the inbound deals or the outbound deals are cleared. They have huge amount of networks or huge amount of or some sort of a product that is actually very differentiated from the other products, because companies are in a pretty nascent stage and it's difficult, to track the progress of how these companies are going to evolve over a period of time. So this is how the deals are sourced. Then we move towards the deal flow. So exactly as I said, here the deal flow is divided into 4 segments. So initial screening, where there are a lot of companies, either outbound deal sourced or inbound deal sourced, that reached us, and we hardly spend any time of them. Maybe 15 to 30 minutes, or sometimes even 5-10 minutes, based on how we find the product there. And from initial screening to investment finalized, it's maybe 5 investments or 10 out of 1,000. That is what we actually end up investing in. So that's how, from an extremely bigger pool, we come down to a smaller number of investments that we actually end up investing in and making profits. As I said, among those 1,000, we maybe end up making profits in maybe 1 or 2 firms that we have received for initial screening. So we'll go step by step, and we'll discuss all these diligence levels one by one as we progress through our discussion. Then how do we screen the companies initially? So the company, every venture capital fund has its own themes. So there's a strategic fit. Does it fit into the themes that the venture capital fund is looking to invest into? Does it fall under the beliefs or under the criteria that the fund invests in? Has the fund any mandate to invest in an industry or a sector? So you will have funds that invest, in all these sectors. Maybe they're big funds and they have a lot of arsenal with them. So they can invest in supply chains, they can invest in health tech, they can invest in IT, any new innovation out there. They have the arsenal to go and invest there. So their mandate allows them to do that. But there are a lot of VC funds who do not have large amount of personnel with them, low fund size, and also they keep themselves limited to maybe a sector or two, in order to have a greater in-depth knowledge of that sector and do the diligences properly. So that is some sort of a screening criteria that the VCs put right at the start when the deal flow process starts. Now, another factor that is taken into consideration is geography. So there'll be a lot of funds that will be investing in US, because primarily, if we see, most of the VC investments have gone there. But until 2010 or 2012, till the digital revolution sort of played out in India, we did not used to receive heavy amounts of VC inflows from there. So the geography used to be geography is a criteria when these funds invest. But as soon as some sort of economies or something else, some major development happens somewhere else, the existing funds cannot invest there, but they can create a new fund, because every fund needs a mandate for whatever they do. So if you see post 2010, 2011, there's a flush of money in the Indian markets as well from the venture capitalists. So this is how the geographical screening is done. So right now, if you see, till maybe last year, there was a lot of VC investment going around because of the growth potentials these guys were seeing, and suddenly stopped. So the other thing that that we are looking out for in initial screen is the existing investors. So you have maybe the world's top 2-3, Sequoia or someone else investing there. So they have done their diligence. We can think it that way at an initial stage. And that's an exciting prospect, because they might have seen something there. They're one of the biggest funds. So we look out for companies that have investments from these sort of professional players. But this is just an initial screening. Our final decision is never based on which other funds have invested there. So now an important criteria is the stage that the fund that the company is currently in, because that's where most of the rejections or the acceptances happen for the next round. Every company is looking to raise different amount of funds based on what stage of a cycle they are in. And VCs, if you see, they either invest in a pretty early stage or they end up investing in late stages. So normally, what's early stages? Either the company falls in the first 5 years of its uh, since incorporation, or maybe it's still early days and they're raising Series B at max. But this is not a hard and fast rule. So it's normally a criteria that we keep for early stage firms. For later stage firms, it's Series C and above. Series C is never considered an early stage because there's a lot of capital involved in that. So now we'll delve into the stages, as I said. So pre-seed is angel I've kept out because angels in angel round VCs hardly invest, or even if they might end up investing, it may be a very small capital to make any sort of difference in their fund portfolios. So the client that I actually work for, it's an early stage fund. So that's why I have covered all these 4 things here. So at the earliest stage of the company's fundraise and their early progress since incorporation, they look out mostly for pre-seed. Hello. Yeah. So then the second round post pre-seed is a seed round where the capital increases a bit, and with that the valuation as well. So as you can see from here, the seed round is valued from $1 million to $3 million, and it may be even towards 5 million as well, but mostly that